Welcome everybody to another episode on HotCupOfWeb Gaming. I'm Bob Inc. and we're back with our game of Space Engineers. And I've finished welding up the what I'm calling the Ruby Slipper because of its shiny crystal design, like what's her name, Dorothy and the Wizard of Oz. So there we go. We got I added two solar panels to its roof. Because it does have two batteries, but it also has a hydrogen engine. I put a little ice in it, so there is a hydrogen already going into it. The tanks have just a little bit, and the engine itself is full, 100%. So just to fire the engine up, and this thing's ready to roll out. It's got three medium cargo boxes and a connector on the back and two big hydrogen tanks to store extra hydrogen. And yeah, we got our fighter cockpit. I did have to go material hunting off camera, and unfortunately I had to go way over there, 7.8 kilometers away, to find iron, nickel, cobalt. The cobalt was nice. It allowed me to finish the cockpit and be able to make the metal grids. Still need bulletproof glass, but so I was able to get some cobalt, and then I was able to grab some iron as well, and I was grabbing from our stone hole just on the other side there. But yeah, so we have some refined cobalt. We're down to just this little bit here. And then yeah, we're currently down to pretty much no iron. We got 0.45 iron, so with this truck we're gonna have to do some material running, which will then hopefully allow us to get some thrusters made and get ourselves a flying ship here. And I noticed that I don't like this. Let's raise this guy up. That's better. Let's actually go a little further with it. I'm just raising the suspension on this, well, technically the height offset, so it doesn't sit so low. Oop. Let's do minus 40. There we go. And I kind of like that ride height there. Keeps us off the ground from catching on things, hopefully. And yeah, so I got two oxygen generators on here. They don't have any ice in them currently. They did have ice in them at one point. I've gone through and I've named everything within the truck here. I should say within the slipper. Everything starts with RS, so when it's on a connected grid, it makes it easy to figure out what's for the slipper here. You can just type RS and everything for the slipper will show up. So let's get in here and fire it up. All I've really done is cut it off its post, and it rolled forward a little bit. So it's pretty much the maiden voyage here. To make sure I share it with the video viewers here. So we'll fire this guy up, and we got lights. Yep. And we've got parking brake on. So we got backwards, we got forwards. Let's take our batteries off of recharge. There we go. When they're on recharge, we don't have enough power. It makes the lights flash when you go forward. Interesting. Okay, so I'm thinking we should probably try to drive over to that iron that I found if possible, which is gonna be a neat trick. I got gyroscope on here so we can lowrider hop this guy if we need to. Hopefully it'll help us get out of any extra problems we might run into. But yeah, we're about to take her out for a drive here. See if we can't get a 7-kilometer drive in without wrecking it. Given my history, I feel that chances are pretty good we're going to get stuck and wreck this guy somewhere. But hey, as long as it's done in a funny way, I'm good with that. Looks like we got some of our first set of rougher terrain here. Let's see, we need to get over. Ooh. Can we get over there? There we go. Speed over the bumps. We need to get on this kind of terrain. It's a lot easier to drive on than the rock face, or at least it's supposed to be. Ah, dang. Maybe I should have waited for daytime for this drive.
Meteor storm inbound.
Uh-oh, we got meteor storms inbound now. Oh, there's some more of that stuff right there. Stop. There we go. Alright, let's see. Well, we don't want to drive down that face. Whoa, there's the meteors. Going where we're going. Alright, let's see. Well, there's no pretty way to do this without driving, making a bridge possibly here. This cliff edge don't seem too jagged, so we might have to drive down to this tree down here, and then we'll be taking our chances, I guess. Let's see. How bad is this? Oh, that's pretty bad. You know, right here actually isn't too bad. Let's do it. Going down the heavy slope. No guts, no glory, right? Alright, now he's got to find that spot. Let's say it was right here. Looks good. Huh. Okay, brace for impact. There we go. Look at that. Jumped down, didn't even take damage. Changing that suspension height paid off, I guess. Alright, well, we've made it a kilometer so far. And, yeah, so we still got 6.5 more to go. And hopefully it'll be smooth sailing from here. But we both, well, we all know, me and the audience, that's probably not going to be true. Nothing's ever that easy in Space Engineers. So I do have a throttle limiter on the truck right now. You'll see I only can go 35, which is still plenty fast on when you're visually trying to look where you're going here. Oh, got ourselves a hill here. So I figure once we get over there, then it'll just be a matter of trying to find a way to drive back, I guess. I mean, we can get most of the way back, it looks like, from here. And from there, then hopefully we'll be able to make ourselves a small Atmo thruster ship. And maybe we'll be able to find another trading station, do a little exploring, maybe find some more ores. I do have an ore detector on this truck. It should be, let's make sure here. Pretty sure I dialed it up. Yep, it's dialed up. So if we do come across any ores, they should light up on the screen here. But we're already 4 kilometers away, so we're doing pretty good. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Make our first pit stop. We got some silver here. Let's turn the generator off. Let's grab ourselves a small pile of silver here, maybe. Might as well, it's here. Free silver is free silver. You don't argue with that. Although it'd be nice if they made the silver look a little less like the rocks. Yeah, so ultimately we'd also like to make a... I mean, I guess I could have made one first, but I really didn't want to. But we ultimately want to make ourselves auto miner like we had in the first series. Obviously, it's going to have to be a full... Well, I think the last ones were atmospheric as well, but this one's going to have to be able to handle the Earth-style gravity instead of the Titan gravity. But then once we get that auto miner, we just send it out to make this trek on its own in the air instead of by us on foot. But we need the iron, so you know, put a little elbow grease into it, I suppose. That's what you gotta do. I mean, we already started with no tools, so this should be a cakewalk. We got machinery to help us with this. Ooh, come on. Alright, what do we got? How much more rock do we pick up? We don't need any rock from here. Get plenty of rock from everywhere else. There we go. Let's drop off our silver. Oh dang, I already filled the connector up. Alright. Let's keep going. Or let's get back on the road here. Alright. 4 kilometers, so we already shaved off about 3.5 kilometers. Looks like the silver excuse me, looks like the silver is slowing us down now. We're only able to do 19 meters a second versus the 35 we were doing. I mean, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, we'll have to make do. That's what happens when you fill it up. I mean, I'm thinking like worst case is we get as we get as close as we can back to base, and we might have to hand carry some of this stuff. Oh, I've seen there's some ice over here. Ice, magnesium, silicon. Let's put a marker down here. And we have earth, and we have ice, magnesium, silicon. That'll be handy for another trip. Boy, there's a lot of it in here. Oh, we're just getting we're getting away from it though. Alright, let's go over this way. Just a leisurely drive through the forest. The plain forest, I guess. There we go, we got a little speed back with that hill. Alright, we're only 2 kilometers out now. Oh, looks like we got another boulder here. Iron, huh? Well, that's what we're going for anyway, so let's just get some here. There we go. Clean out this iron boulder, and then we might not have to drive all the way over there. We'll have to go see at some point too. I think that station was buying ores as well, so if there's an ore that we can easily grab and sell to them, that'd be nice too. Alright, let's drop the stone. Oh, that's not bad. Almost got all iron. There we go. So let's fill up the next cargo container there. I think driving back's going to be a lot harder than driving here once we fill this thing up. I want to grab these. That's weird. What's the problem here? They're like stuck in this grass or something. Yep.
Inventory full.
Alright, let's ditch the rocks. Yeah, not bad. There we go.
Inventory full.
Alright, well, we'll just dump what we got in here. Alright, let's see. So, every time I put more in there, you see the truck come down a little lower and a little lower. Alright, there we go. So we got all that iron. Hollow out some more of this boulder here. I'm trying to think of a nice, cool little design. I kind of thinking I want something compact for us to just kind of cruise around in. Obviously gonna have to have just a little bit of storage. I mean, maybe we maybe we can maybe we'll slip a little drill on it. I don't know, I kind of don't want to. I don't want it to be a drill ship at all. But made a little run around with a smaller cargo, little cargo capacity. Should do a trick for us hauling the stuff around. I mean, well, I'll probably put an ore detector on it because we can use it to find deposits. Why does this area keep... The grass keeps making it so I can't pick stuff up. It's driving me crazy. Let's just drop the stone. There we go. Yeah, get rid of that little section so I can walk in and out of there. And let's see if we can lower the axle a little more. There we go. So we still got one more cargo box we can fill. I don't know, I'm a little worried about filling this thing all the way full, but that's what it's for, so. If I designed it not well enough to handle the cargo load, well, then it deserves to blow up. And then we'll make another ship to pick up that ship. Or truck to pick up that truck. I mean, you gotta have two shoes anyway, so you need a left and a right ruby slipper truck, right? Alright, there we go. We got more iron, more iron. No, I picked up a lot of stone. There we go.
Inventory full.
Alright. Let's see. Toss that on the ground. Those are full. Almost full. I don't think we're gonna have to even go off to my marker. Although, you know, I'm thinking I should stop on the way back for some silicon. Of course, I already filled everything with... Well, here, we'll leave the connector and this little bit of cargo left. We'll grab some silicon on the way back that we drove over. So let's get turned around here. And there's our marker, so let's head towards that marker. Oop, let's turn our engine on. If there's ice there too, we can grab some ice to fill in the O2 generators and refill our hydrogen a little bit. Don't hurt having any reserves, that's for sure. Other than in weight, which might cause a problem with this guy eventually here. I'd say so far Ruby Slipper's performing pretty well. I mean, it's got control, we got some stopping power. It's not flipping itself over every chance it gets. Alright, let's park it here. Parking brake works. The hydrogen engine works. Let's turn it off. So let's grab a little silicon from up here. And right here. Just gonna go right down to it. Oop, there we go. Alright, let's oop, press the wrong button there. There we go. Let's whack at these walls here. Grab a bunch of silicon. Alright, I got a little bit of stone in there. See if we can't trade it for the silicon.
Inventory full.
There we go. What's going on here? Oh, my dampeners were off. Couldn't figure out why it was throwing me back to the ground. And I got a steel plate, so let's just mark our hole here so we can find it again when we come back down here. I know I was having that problem at the other location, is they're not right underneath the marker. So let's fill that up, and we'll fill the connector up, and apparently I'm going to be carrying some. Let's find us some of this ice. Where is it? Here's some right here. Let's go get it. Ice is pretty well down here a little ways. I think it stopped us from getting to it though. Alright, we're almost to it. Where is it? Is it off over this way now? Is it a tiny little vein underground here or what? There it is. Let's get some of this drilled up. Let's see what we can grab here.
Inventory full.
Let's ditch the stone. We don't need that. Let's see if we can pick up just a little bit more ice here. There we go. Alright, then let's get out of this hole. Let's definitely make sure we mark this hole. Let's mark it on each side. I only have a few plates, but that should be enough. There we go. And then now we should be able to dump this right into the generators here. There we go. Split it even. And I might as well go grab a handful of... Actually, wasn't there? There's magnesium around here somewhere. Here we go. Let's grab a handful of magnesium. I did have another wolf sighting and off camera. So we're going to need some bullets. Also, if we're going to start getting the meteor strikes, we're definitely going to need some bullets. Get down to the magnesium. Nothing like straight hole drilling. Lately it seems I need to almost go right to the marker. I don't know if that's just because they're small veins of stuff or what. But usually the marker would be like in the middle of a ball or clump of the ore. Alright, let's fill our coffers here with magnesium. Gonna keep our little base fed, I guess. You may have noticed too, they've done a little work on a house shell. Ultimately, I'd like to move our stuff into there. I'm gonna put a lot of it like underground, so you're just gonna see the little house up there, and then you know the garage and whatever else we add on for the vehicles we make. Alright, so we're full. We're loaded, top to bottom, inside and out. Got O2 generators chugging away at ice even. They're filling the hydrogen tanks, which are instantly going to dump into our engine as soon as I turn it on. Let's see. Engine. Yep, see that sucker's full now. Take our parking brake off. Alright, now he's got to drive the 4.75 kilometers back to our base somehow. I think getting back up to base might be a little more difficult. But I'm seeing that hill straight ahead here. It almost looks like there's a little more subtle path up there. So we're going to see if we can get to that. Might be a little bit of a roundabout way, but so far the truck has been holding up. Knock on wood there. Yeah, so we're going a bit slower now. We got 10 years worth of power though, so hopefully it don't take us 10 years, but you know, I'll settle for 9. But yeah, see there's like a path that leads almost right up. Looks like a smoother path. We gotta just try to get to that. Hopefully we won't have to drive through any of those divots, because with the ship truck, I keep calling it a ship, the vehicle loaded full, driving in and out of those ditches is not going to be the best thing to do. So I'm thinking we might be able to drive up this slope just to the right here ahead of us. It looks like it's smooth enough as long as we can get to the base of it. I can't see the base because of the hill in front of us here, but we'll find out when we get over there. So far we've been lucky. We haven't had any meteor strikes. I haven't died. If I die, we're kind of hosed because I don't have any respawn kit, as it was pointed out by the Mad Pollock in the comments. So that's probably something we should look to make with this ore supply we're bringing back. Provided we survive the drive back, which we will. We will survive the drive back. Come hell or high water, we're making it. Alright. You know, I think this is one of the easiest drives I've had in a long time. Usually run into so many problems with some of my vehicles. They end up front heavy, top heavy, too heavy. This one might need a little bump in the strength here. Let's do that right now. Let's raise our suspension a little more. And then we'll increase our strength. Go about 40. We'll increase the power a little bit here. There we go. There we go. Alright. So if we can, we want to make it on this slope here, because that should get us up to our base, but not sure if that's possible. No, I'm not gonna be able to make it on there because there's this giant pit here. So I'll have to drive straight up here. Oop, there it is. Already lost the slipper here. Already lost my ruby slipper. Why am I... There we go. Alright. So we're going to go straight ahead. Oop. Got trees in the way. Well, that tree's not in the way anymore. Had a little bit of a rocky terrain right there. We were able to do that on empty, but I don't think we'll be able to do that very well with a full stomach here. Alright, well, there's another little light rough patch. I thought I was going to be able to make it up there. Oop, come on now. I think it's smooth enough here. Yep, this should work. Use the gyroscope, keep the nose up a little bit. Then we're going to have to drive up here, hopefully not catch any grooves like that one to our left. There's a sharp little cutout there. Alright, it's getting a little rough up here. I want to try to stay on this peak here if I can. We're getting so close here. We're only 800 kilometers away. Or meters, I should say. Just need to find a way to get up this hill face here. That's not as steep as these are, and it looks like it's coming up around the end here. Should mark this path with like blocks, make it easier to drive it back up and down without having to try to figure it out every time. But look at that. we're up the hill. I think it'll be smooth sailing from here. I'm impressed with myself. It's usually not supposed to go this smooth for me. Alright, so we got one last little hill face here. We'll just have to come up from the end here. Not a big deal. Smooth, so it's not a problem for the wheels. And I got a connector. I had to add, I said before, I had to add another wind turbine there because we were running. Every time the assembler would run with the refinery, base would stutter. But so we'll connect up here with the ship, and then our refinery will be busy for a little while. Let's see if I can do this without slamming into it. Uh-oh. I didn't think that was going to be a problem. That's not good. Oh, I thought I had this working before. Now it won't fit in between here. Yeah, let's see if I can can we line this up any better here? Dang. Well, I guess we might be doing some manual transfer in here. Because, like, I still made a mistake, so there we go. I feel better. I did screw something up, so. Apparently we're going to be manually unloading everything. There we go. Alright, so I got everything unloaded. So, successful run for the ruby slipper here. It's nice and shiny. Like I said, it's got an antenna and ore detector. The only thing I really added that wasn't on the last video was the solar panels. Otherwise, I just welded everything up off camera. Let's turn the hydrogen engine off, put the recharger on for the solar panels to kick in. And yeah, it seemed to do pretty good. I mean, we got about halfway, we went about 5.5 kilometers away, got back, no problem, nothing's broken, nothing's damaged. We unloaded, we got a refinery full of material. Here's the dome, well, not the dome, but the outbuilding I was making here. This will eventually become our home here. Move all this stuff inside. Got a door here, got a pit dug out here. Under here is where all of like the refinery and the assembler and all that kind of stuff's gonna go. We're just gonna have it maybe one little bit stick out, maybe like a cargo box or something. All the rest of it will just be underground, and be a connector outside. Other than that, yeah, I think I'm gonna call it an episode here. I know it's a little boring, but you're gonna have a couple of those probably in the beginning here when you're just trying to grab your resources. But yeah, thanks for joining us here on HotCupOfWeb for Space Engineers. I'm Bob Inc., and I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure you give us a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, leave us some comments, tell us what we should do better, what we should do in the game. Tell us we're doing awesome, tell us we suck. We don't care. I like reading all of them. So leave a comment and subscribe, and we'll catch you next time.